I join in his jokes to please him. It helps him live with her, and I can't see the harm, can you? You know, he hasn't any faith that she's ever going to improve, whereas I have, you see. I think even if Joe did show signs of improvement, I wouldn't notice, because he's dense about faith. And I don't think faith is believing in fairy tales. I think it's being in a receptive state of mind. I'm always on the lookout for some sign. Once, when she was 12 months old, she was lying on the floor, you know, kicking her arms and legs about, and I was doing the flat. And I built this small tower on the floor, you know, on a rug beside her head, these 4 plastic bricks. And I got on with my dusting, and when I looked back, I saw that she'd knocked it down. So, I rebuilt the tower, and this time I watched her. And first her eyes, you know, they're normally moving in all directions, but they must have just glanced in passing at this bright tower. And then the arm on that side began showing real signs of intention. You know, her fist was clenching and spreading with the effort. And the other arm, held there like that, didn't move. At all. You see the importance. For the first time, she was using one arm instead of both. She'd seen something, touched it, and found that when she touched it, whatever it was changed. It fell down. And now the arm that side began, you know, stretching, straining toward the blocks. It must have taken her, God, 10 minutes of, you know, strenuous labor until her fingertips touched it, and then she jerked her hand back in a spasm, and she knocked down the tower. I can't tell you what that was like. But you can imagine. Several times her hand very nearly touched it and it got jerked away, and then she'd try again. That was the best of it. She had a will. She had a mind of her own. When Bri came home, I told him about it, and he said something stupid, like, "Oh, that's great, sign her up for piano lessons." But then when he tested her, putting bricks all around her reach, sometimes out of her reach, so she really had to strain to get there, he saw that it was true. And no, it wasn't much to wait for. One arm movement completed. And even that wasn't sure. You know, she'd get tired, the firelight would distract her, the effort would bring on a fit. But more often than not, she'd manage it. And a vegetable couldn't have done that. Visitors never believed it. Well, they hadn't the patience to sit and watch her long enough. I remember being so shocked when I realized they thought I shouldn't deceive myself. First, it wasn't deception. Secondly, what else could we do? We got very absorbed in the daily games. We bought her balls and bells. Kelly, you know, one of those doors that won't lie down. And then she caught a bug. Had fit after fit. The grand mal, not the others, would have amounted to a complete relapse. Afterward, we tried her again with the blocks, but she couldn't even seem to see them. And that was when Brian lost interest in her. I still try. I don't bother telling him. I'll tell him when something happens. It seems to me it is only common sense. If she did it once, she could do it again. I think that while there is life, there's hope. Don't you? But I do wish he would talk more seriously about her. I wonder if he ever thinks about what she'd be like if her brain worked. And Brian's mother is always saying, wouldn't she be lovely if she was running all about, which makes Brian hoot with laughter. But I do. I do think about it. Every day. Perhaps it's being a woman.